You give me a lot more credit. I am not a soothsayer, but look at this. They deliberately drove gold down because they knew these problems were coming, and they figured if we get it down, it's going to go back up again, but it'll go back up again from a lower level. And so that's what they were up to. Now, can they do it again? They can attempt to do it again. They can do it through derivatives in the futures market, but how much gold do they have left? They being the central banks. Nobody knows. They lie about everything. How much do I think they've got left? Somewhere between 0 and 5,000 tons. That's it. That's all they've got left. The rest of it is in private hands. I mean, just in August alone, and this is before the season of the 2 holidays in India. In August alone, people in India bought more gold than they did in the first 7 months of the year. I mean, they can't buy it fast enough.
Look, let's put it in layman's terms. You've got the elite with the tens of trillions of false currency and credit they made because they know that's going to suddenly be worthless, grabbing everything for the last 10 years they can get with the fiat currency and leaving us with the debt on our backs and our children's backs, a debt that could never be paid back, but at gunpoint the military is going to try to make you pay it back to them when they did the robbery. Their bosses did. And so now the elite keep trying to suppress gold, but because all the elites and the populations want gold, it is in reality running low and hard to get. So is silver, and so they can only hold down the beach ball 10 feet underwater so long, and when you finally let go of the beach ball, it's going to shoot straight up and go up even higher. I mean, is that a good way of putting it?
Absolutely. And what we have here with this technical formation is it should go right back up, right through 900, and it should go back up and test 1033 where it was earlier in the year, and then it will be broken. We need to get up to somewhere between 2,700 to 3,000 to meet the official inflation rate since 1980. And that will be a threshold. And then the question is, how much was real inflation, real, not the government figures, since 1980? And, of course, we're looking at $6,000 or $7,000.
Now, for those that don't know,
believe me, these guys, the enemy, are buying gold, I promise you. Even though they run it down, when they do, they run in there and buy it for themselves. And when all the central banks were selling, they were, in part, the buyers.
Well, I know that's come out in some of the press reports that, the elites are snatching it. So are third world populations. They're not stupid. The Russians, the folks in the stands, the Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese are snatching metals up because, folks, you don't go buy some fancy jewelry that has 2-3 times markup in it. You buy the raw metal because you can get it as close as possible to spot. And, I wouldn't tell people to invest in gold unless I believed in it. And that's why I've been saying the last few weeks, folks, it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. There's no way with market fundamentals, with trillions of dollars a week leveraged into Lord knows what. As you said, it's all secret, being guaranteed to these bankers. And it's in our name. I mean, how long until the dollar's toilet paper? I mean, that's a guarantee now, isn't it, Bob?
Yes, it is. And it's just a question of when. And it's down the line. And so you're buying gold cheap. And that's why you should be getting yourself into gold and silver-related assets. The first place to start is with gold coins, silver coins. And for those of you who have lots of money and can take risk, well, you can buy the shares as well. And it's very important that you get involved, because if you don't, your assets are going to diminuate in value. And this will keep you even by having your investment in gold and silver during the hyperinflationary period.
That's right. They can't hide the 15% inflation conservatively. Some areas it's even higher. They can't hide that forever. And for the election, they drove down oil for a while. But the bottom line here is this inflation is compounding each year. It's adding on, stacking on top of the last year. And inflation has a way of telescoping, doesn't it, Bob, historically, that you're really going to suddenly start feeling it, not on a monthly or yearly basis, but a weekly basis and then a daily basis until all confidence is lost in the currency.
And that's what's happening or beginning to happen now. When I predicted, because I've seen it before, $50 and $100 days where gold is up and gold is down as well. We're going to go into a very volatile market, and it will not be unusual for a $50 upswing in gold for the day, and that might go on for 3 or 4 days at a time. People will be in a flight to quality. They've got to understand that all the currencies in the world are suspect. They are all fiat.
That's right, and loss of respect for one will spread to others. In closing, Bob, I really appreciate you coming on. I want you to pop back in maybe tomorrow, certainly next week, and we appreciate...
Well, just tell me the time, and don't forget we have a number for people to come in on to get a free copy of the International Forecaster. That's 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178, and they can get a free copy.
Absolutely. Well, Bob, I appreciate you spending time with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You bet. There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, gold is up $35 today, still rising. Still rising. The graph goes like this. And so it's going up gradually. And it went up right at $80 yesterday and $35. $80 and $35. That's just amazing. That's $115.10 rise in 24 hours. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, I told you on Monday it was a buying opportunity at $7.79. And I said, I can't believe it hasn't gone up yet. I mean, the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, this is all in the dollar's back. This is la-la land. This is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. You ever tried to do that and tried to really push it down like 5 feet under the water? This is a beach ball like 100 feet under the water. And you're down there with a ball and chain, tied to your ankle trying to hold the ball down. And then now it's exploded over $100 in one day, $115 in 24 hours. I don't know what it's going to do by the end of the day. I don't know what it's going to be next week, but bottom line, the dollar is dead. Bottom line, they are raping the daylights out of us. And Bob's right. I mean, they've engineered the collapse, but it's gotten worse than they wanted, but they're still trying to organize it and control it. I want to bring Ted Anderson up for this segment and the next. Then we've got April Gallop. By the way, I forgot her bio. I know who she is, but you asked the guys since we're down on time. So I have it in 10 minutes to give me April Gallop's bio. I mean, I know her whole story, but I want to have that. I had it here. I don't know where it is. She survived in the Pentagon, heroic tale, and it ties with the 9/11 truth. And so we'll be getting into that. Ted, yesterday you offered gold at the price it was Tuesday, at right around what you were selling it for, right around $800 an ounce. It's gone up over $100 from what you were selling it at, but you offered it at that yesterday and sold out a little bit over even your supply, but you've got it being shipped in, so at that price. So you're even losing a little money on that, but that did end this morning. Yeah. You've got another big deal because you were able to get it at before the price it is today, and even back a little lower than it was yesterday. But that was the best deal ever offered. And you told me this privately on the phone. You've ever offered or you've ever heard of. It was an insane deal, and you're honoring that. You sold out your safe of the gold at that price. Now you've bought more gold at the higher price. We talked this morning, folks. But you've still got a super deal on it today. And, folks, I tried to get you to buy it Monday when it was $115 less. Ted, tell them about what you got.
Well, okay. I mean, let's go at it. I mean, yesterday we did. We oversold our inventory. We're going to honor every single transaction. It just means that I'll be buying it higher and selling it for lower. That's okay. I'll survive. I appreciate what everybody does for us. The second thing is I did lock in a position when gold was sitting there at that $800 and $870 level right around there. And now we're sitting with a high in gold of $918.10 today. Right now it's hovering at 960 cents per ounce, so we're over $900 per ounce.
Yeah, now let's be clear. This is like gambling, folks, and Ted puts everything on the line. He gambled, gave you a deal never before seen. He lost money. Okay, he's honoring it all. He wants to, have customers. He's a great guy. Now he locked it in yesterday, and it's gone up a whole bunch more over that. He's going to offer it to you at the locked-in amount. Now, Ted, if you sell out your locked-in amount, I guess you're going to honor that as well.
I certainly will, and I can tell you yesterday is the first time I've ever sold gold coins that far below spot.